Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great night for basketball here. It'll be our Mattawamkeag Zephyrs taking on the Henry Sibley Warriors. I'm here with Alex Govan tonight, and we're looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Mattawamkeag stands at a win-loss rate of 4-4, while Henry Sibley stands at 2-9.
Yeah, hopefully Mattawamkeag will be able to turn the ship a little bit. They've lost 3 of their 4 games this season by 3 points or less. So really, Mattawamkeag is just a couple points away from having an excellent record. So we'll see if they can get a win on the board against a conference team here. They lost on December 20th by 3 to Tartan here in this building. That's the only conference game they've played thus far. Looks like we'll have Cal Green jumping tonight for the Zephyrs against Michael Davis of the Warriors. 18 minutes of play, and we are underway. The Warriors will win the tip here. Zephyrs going to start in a man-to-man defense here. And we've got Dwayne Thompson, the leading scorer, with the ball currently for the Warriors. Little balls all over the place, and Fox is going to come up with it. And he's going to drive and lay it in with ease and get the Zephyrs on the board early, 2-0. Michaels has it now. Now off to Fryer. Ball has not gotten in the paint yet, except on that loose ball there. There's Davis off the glass for 2, and we got a tie ball game here. Green has it, screened by Chapman. 3-pointer for Green, a little long. Chapman not going to pull down the rebound. It's going to be Davis. Thompson brings it up as the point guard. That one's tipped by Schulte. And the Zephyrs having a good defensive presence so far. Not a lot of... That's a good backdoor cut by Henry Sibley, but the pass was not there afterward. And Green comes up with it. And Chapman will take it at the top of the key. Now off to Schulte, who's getting directions from Coach Newman. Into Green, just outside the block. They give it back to Schulte. Now Fox baseline drive, throws it into Chapman, who bats it away toward Hogan. The Zephyrs are able to retain the possession. Pump fake from Chapman, and he's fouled on his drive to the lane. He'll head into the free throw line for 2 shots. Looks like they are going to call Josh Fryer for that one. He averages 7.6 points a game. Chapman no good on the first. Couple substitutions here for the Warriors. Early in this one, we're sitting at 2-2. Chapman a chance to give Mattawamkeag a lead here with his final free throw. And nothing but net moves Mattawamkeag into the lead. And the Zephyrs applying the full court pressure now. Causes a little trouble for Henry Sibley. They get it into Davis. Looks like Davis is not able to do much with that one and throws it away to Schulte. Fox for 3. Off the mark. And it'll go out of bounds, and Henry Sibley will take over. One thing Mattawamkeag is dealing with tonight is little injury issues. We got Luke Ricker down there, who got injured over the holiday break in their game against Brooklyn Center. So they're down one of their senior captains right now. Air ball from Fryer, and now Brody Fox taking it the other way. It also looks like Ethan Russell down there for the Zephyrs is not dressed for this one. Chapman lays that one in easily, and the Zephyrs now up 5-2. Chapman's got 3 tonight so far. Many more to come, I'm sure. A little perimeter passing going on here. Not much going on. Ethan Russell for Henry Sibley Warriors also had the ball there. Got an Ethan Russell on both teams. How about that? And up top, Russell has it, and Henry Sibley's had enough. They're going to need a timeout to talk over this one. Zephyrs just played really great defense there, making sure that Henry Sibley wasn't going to be getting any easy passes. And not only did they not give him easy passes, they didn't give him really any passes that were anywhere close to the hoop there.
Not that I could see. It looks like it's more of a possession game with Zephyrs right now. There's not many points on the board yet, but it's pretty close so far. And I think that with this timeout, maybe Sibley could really amp up their game.
Yeah, they're going to need to move the ball faster. They're going to need more people moving because right now it's pretty, what I like to say is it's pretty easy to guard somebody who doesn't go anywhere. So there hasn't been a whole lot of off-ball movement by Henry Sibley, so we'll see if maybe out of this timeout we see a couple more screens and more just motion in general. Yeah. And we're already seeing it here. A couple screens and some off-ball movement.
I haven't seen them play any specific plays yet, so maybe that's something that they should look into.
Yeah, that's going to work well out of the timeout there. Edward Michaels, 6.8 points a game, ties this one up at 5 with that triple. Green on the left wing. Now out to Underwood for 3. Rattles in and out, and Davis there for the board. Thompson going the other way with it. Off to Fryer. He's going to drive. That's batted away by Underwood, and he's got it. Up to Hogan. Too strong off the glass. That one almost poked away by Fox. But Henry Sibley going to retain possession. And Thompson, the leading scorer for Henry Sibley, finishes that one. He gets his first bucket of the night, but he averages 18.9 points a game. These two teams have one common opponent as Fox shoots the 3, and Chapman had the rebound, got it poked away. But both teams have played Tartan. Matamidi, as we said, lost by 3 here just before the Christmas break. And Henry Sibley lost earlier in the year by 32. So looking at that, Matamidi has the advantage here. We're looking more like what happened before the timeout, a lot less movement. As you can see, Davis just standing there on the block, really not doing a whole lot of movement. Green there for the rebound. Throws it up to Hogan, and he's going to be fouled by Fryer. That's already his second foul of the night. And only the second foul on the team, second foul in the game. Senior Ben Hogan off on the first. Good to have him back after not being able to join the team last year. Doesn't always show up in the stats when you look at scoring, but a great defender and really a great veteran for Matamidi. Aaron Moriarty into the game for Matamidi.
Zephyrs seem to continue pressing again.
Yep, we'll see if it pays off throughout this one. Based on what I've seen so far, it looks like it is. They've already created a bunch of turnovers, and here's another one. As Fox, goaltending is called. That was a pretty obvious call for the ref there. I'm surprised only one of them blew their whistle at that. But that basket will count for Fox. It'll be a second bucket of the night. Gives Matabidi an 8-7 lead with 11:51 to go in the first. Zephyrs trap him in the corner, but he's able to get rid of it. That's the three-pointer for Hazard.
That was a clean play, but it looks like it just couldn't get it in.
Yep, and now Underwood kicks to Moriarty, and bang goes Moriarty from downtown in the corner. Good play from my man Mort. Gets his first bucket of the night. They're going to call a foul down low. And it looks like they're going to get number 32. That'll be Will Underwood. His first, team's first. Davis heads to the bench for Henry Sibley. Some good ball movement there, but we'll see if they're able to move the ball well when it's not a designed play like that out of bounds play was. Oh, good defense there by Underwood. Jumping the gap. They're going to call Underwood again, but he's doing an excellent job jumping out on those screens, really flustering the ball carrier, ball handler. And another early timeout here for the Warriors. Still not quite getting what they're wanting to out of this one. Matabidi so far, they've really created a lot of turnovers and gotten much easier baskets and have really eliminated what Henry Sibley's been able to do here.
I'd say early predictions on Zephyrs with Henry Sibley being really close behind, but I feel like those turnovers was just going to be something that we need to look out for and that they need to look out for.
Definitely. The turnovers have been very critical so far.
I'd say around 4 or 5 of those points that are up on Zephyrs were made because of the turnovers.
Yeah, Matabidi currently dominating the points off turnover statistic. I don't have the exact numbers up here, but it is pretty obvious that Matabidi is dominating that statistic. And it'll be a travel on Cameron Latvis. Matabidi will take back the ball. Ryan Miley has it. He'll bring it up for Matabidi. This is a set play here. I know they like to go to green in that situation there when it's open. But he wasn't that time. Now we get some dribble handoffs going. And backdoor cut by Green. And Chapman finally gets it off. Narrowly avoids a 5-second call. Moriarty's got it again. Now to Green on the elbow. Moriarty kicks to Green, who's going to take the elbow jumper, and it's going to rattle in for another 2. First bucket of the night for Mr. Cal Green. Good ball handling there by Thompson. Doesn't get it to go, but... And Brody Fox finishes the and one in transition. He's got a chance for one more to make this a 3-point play. The Zephyrs now up 15-7 after a little bit of a slow start. They've really gotten going here. 6 points already for Brody Fox. That's a foul on Joey Hazard, his first, team's third. Schulte enters the game for Fox. Fox already having a nice start to his night. Not even halfway done with the first, and he's already got 7. Thompson has it, almost lost it there. They make it across half court. Hazard now back to Thompson. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Chapman. The student section of Matamidi letting them know that was an air ball. And Green responds with a 3. And Henry Sibley will take their third of their 5 total timeouts for the game. Not often you see 3 timeouts used this early in the game.
I think tonight both teams are really showing their defensive skills. You know, Matamidi is really breaking Henry Sibley's defensive plays, but I do feel like they're both playing harder in that aspect.
Yeah, I think if you look at the last couple minutes, Henry Sibley, they have improved their defense, but they still have a long ways to go, as we've seen. Wide open 3 there for Green. We've had a couple drives, but much better than it was to start the game. I think these timeouts have done a little bit, but the players, they need to do a little bit more now. Henry Sibley already down 12 here. They've only scored 7. So they're not only do they need to make some adjustments, but they're running out of timeouts to make those adjustments. So now's the time to get going before this one gets too far out of hand if you're Henry Sibley.
I think the main thing that they need to improve on is looking for their other players. I see a focus on 2 of their players being the ones to dribble it in instead of working as a whole team to make a play work.
Yeah, there really hasn't been a whole lot of advanced cutting or movement without the ball, kind of like I touched on earlier, but they're going to need to set more screens for each other. I think that's the main part. They've done a better job moving without the ball, but it still hasn't gotten the opportunities that they've needed to succeed here. And we're back in it with 9 minutes to go now in the first. And so far, not much has changed out of this Warrior timeout. Hazard has it once again in his favorite spot on the right wing. Getting it inside is something different. That's one way to break the pressure here. Offensive rebound, and those can also be critical. Good way to score buckets there. That's Latfus. He averages 5.5 a game. That's his first bucket here. Green unable to finish. And Schulte will travel after Chapman tips the rebound out to him. We'll see if the Warriors can capitalize off of a Matamidi turnover here. There haven't been too many of them so far. That's a wide open shooter. And Chapman not able to secure the board. And it will give Henry Sibley an opportunity that they didn't necessarily deserve.
I think since that last timeout, they're starting to move quicker, but I don't think they're starting to think quicker with their shooting.
Yeah, they still have to figure some things out. Another problem is Chapman with the block. Good defense there. But I think if you're Matamidi, we're trying to take advantage of. They're not. And on the other end, Davis. Somebody came to play tonight. Michael Davis, we saw that the coach trusted his athleticism when he was there for the tip-off against Green, but we just see another aspect of it there. They inbound it to Green, and now Chapman has it on top. Screen for Fox. And a beautifully designed play. Rebounded by Green, but they're going to call a foul. Looks like they're going to call it on Cal Green. His first of the evening.
Looks like the Zephyrs have decided not to press any longer.
Now they're going to pull out of the press here. They're still going to stick with the man-to-man defense, but It's definitely been working for him so far. I feel like the Zephyrs haven't created that many turnovers using the full court press, but more so once they've been in the half court. So might be a good decision there by Newman, but Josh Fryer hits the open three and gives his team the boost it needs. They're now back to a deficit of 7 instead of the double digits that it was just a few minutes ago. Miley has it. And he's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. The junior Ryan Miley. Being the same year as Miley and Green, had an opportunity to play with both of those guys back in my youth days up through 9th grade. Two good players. Underwood checks in for Chapman. Little height difference in that substitution. Miley good on the second free throw. And Schulte will come in so that he can take a little bit of a rest.
Another continuation of the full court press.
Yeah, they hop back into it on this possession here. And that's good ball movement. Hazard, nothing but net except it didn't go through the rim. And Fox has it for the Zephyrs now. The Zephyrs another chance to make something happen. Green on the drive. Pretty impressive to be able to make it up through all that contact. He'll get 2 shots to try to capitalize on his efforts. It's the second foul on Hazard. 5th on the team. Front rim on that one. Always interesting to watch each player's individual free throw routine. It's interesting how every player really seems to do something different. But what they don't change, what's not different, is the fact that they do the same thing every time. It's a good way for them to be able to get in the zone, get ready, and be able to build the confidence and be successful every time they're at the stripe. Michaels has it, guarded by the diaper dandy Underwood. And slipping down there is Davis. And now Michaels again at the top. There's been a lot of drives and kicking it back out, but it really hasn't gotten much until right there. Yet another air ball by Henry Sibley. That was the Warriors' Ethan Russell. Still throwing me off that there are Ethan Russells on both teams. Fox for 3. And big board there by Davis. And they're going to call a foul before Michael Davis's shot. That'll be the 4th team foul for the Zephyrs. First on Chapman. Baseline out of bounds here for Henry Sibley. And that's blocked by Chapman, rebounded by Hogan. And now point guard Cole coming through. Chapman's got it again. He's working inside. Finds Underwood, who passes to Fox. Back to Underwood, who pump fakes. And now Underwood for three. He's got it. Will Underwood, the freshman, hits from downtown. And a player that'll be a very important asset for the Zephyrs in the coming years.
You know, I was just thinking Sibley needed to change up their plays with Davis right on the block the whole entire time, and it seems that it was working by putting him on the three.
Yeah, pretty good on that one. Another three for Underwood. He's off on that one. Now it's stolen by Schulte. Chapman finishes. Good job by Schulte, keeping his eyes open. 5 points for Cole Chapman. Deep three for Thompson. And this might be a whole different ball game if the Warriors are able to hit a couple three-pointers. Early, I think they airballed more than they actually made, so if they're able to turn that around and do what they've done the last two possessions, that would be big for them. Thompson gets Fox's miss. And now another three. And that's 9 points on the last three possessions for Henry Sibley, all from three-pointers. And that's Michaels who hit that one. Coach Newman decides now's the time for a timeout, and I think it's a great move. Montevideo been leaving some open shooters, and the Warriors have sure been taking advantage of it. They're only down 5 now.
Oh, last I checked at the scoreboard, they were down 11.
Yeah, so it just shows that the last couple of possessions have been big. Montevideo also, that shot by Fox there, maybe a little premature. I get it's an open look, but maybe could have gotten an easier look. If you're Henry Sibley, I see why you keep shooting threes when you're hot and you're able to feed off of that momentum. But I don't really know if that was the right shot for Montevideo there. It almost allowed Henry Sibley's momentum to continue instead of waste some time and kind of let the momentum die down a little bit.
Well, with what I was noticing earlier in the game, Montevideo was leaving the paint open a little bit since Davis was standing on that block and they just had one player on him. And I feel like they could have gotten a lot more drives then than now. Like, they're really close with defense again still, I believe. I think the only difference is that the paints where they're standing for each team, Montevideo seems to be keeping it a little more open, while Henry Sibley will get all their players in there at once.
Yep. Yeah, Henry Sibley has not had that many chances to score in the lane, and if they're a lot of the shots they've tried to take in there have been blocked or have been altered. Cole Chapman with a couple blocks, and really every shot they've had to work around some sort of defender. This is Fox driving baseline out to Underwood. Now Moriarty. And Chapman has it again. Looking for the dribble handoff. And they're going to call a travel.
That was some good defense by Henry Sibley. Back to like what we were saying about staying in the paint. They're not really giving them a chance to drive, and they're not giving them that chance to take that three either. Yeah,
the help defense has seen a step up here by Henry Sibley, as they have a chance to make this just a single possession game. I was not expecting this kind of a run from Henry Sibley after what we saw the first couple minutes. Thompson has it in the right corner, throws it out to Michaels, who's guarded by Green.
I think those timeouts really helped Henry Sibley realize what they can do with the game. And I think they're taking that opportunity pretty well.
Yeah, they've made the adjustments out of these timeouts that they've needed to. They've gotten a little momentum. Chapman with the pump fake. Loses it briefly, but is able to get it back. And Fox trying to orchestrate the offense now. Oh, and Moriarty was there, but they didn't give it to him. Fox off on the three-pointer. Now Fryer going the other way for Henry Sibley. And I thought that was going to be good for Davis as well. Good heads-up play there by Green. He knew he wasn't going to be able to stay in bounds, so if you want to keep the ball, just make sure it goes out of bounds off the other team, and that's exactly what he did. Schulte for three. No good. Chapman secures the rebound. Now lofts it out to Aaron Moriarty. Now Schulte, another three. No good. Davis there for the board. Throws it right to Green, who finishes on his second attempt. Looked like that one was just lofted right into his hands. 8 points now for Cal Green. The bank is utilized there by Cameron Latfis. He's got 4 tonight and puts Henry Sibley back within 5. Green for 3, but they're going to call a moving screen before the basket, so that will not count. Miley checks it for Underwood, and that'll be moving screen on Chapman, his second. Both teams now sitting at 5 team fouls. 1:06 left to go here in the first half. Zephyrs lead 28-23. Henry Sibley has the ball. Dwayne Thompson trying to get something going for his team, get a little momentum, headed into the break, make this game feel manageable. And that is going to be off of Thompson. Just kind of lost it there. And now Schulte will try to get something going for the Zephyrs here. Last couple seconds. Backdoor cut for Green, and that is easy money. Wide open, good find by Schulte, and a great off-the-ball move by Green. Good awareness and heads up. That'll be an and one basket for Latfis, who's turned it on the last few seconds here with 6.8 seconds. Henry Sibley moves within 5 and a chance to make it 4. Really the smallest the lead has been since very early. And it is indeed good. Warriors back within 4. And now Matabidi. It's going to be a reaching foul on Thompson. Matabidi has got to think this could be a big bucket before the half here. You definitely don't want to give Henry Sibley a chance to score in the second before the first half expires. You got 20 seconds right now. I think if you're Matabidi, you work it around. Unless if you have a wide open layup, you're not going to shoot until closer to the time expiring. That is a wide open shot for Schulte. It's not going to go, but now Henry Sibley is going to get a last look or a bucket. Latfis rims in and out, and that would have put them within 1. But Matabidi will head to the locker room with a 4-point advantage, maybe a little less than what they'd originally hoped for. I think Matabidi, they started strong, but Henry Sibley's really responded well. They took 3 timeouts, but they've really made the most of what they've done. You know, playing better defense and getting those shots that they want.
That's what I've noticed is that both teams have been improving their defense more and more, and I think that that's what the main issue is with both of them, is that they can't really break that defense without either fouling or just missing the turnover.
Yep, I agree. Thanks for joining us, and we will be back just before the second half begins. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We had a couple stints in that first half there in a game that Matamidi leads 30-26. Matamidi had a large lead here. It was 19-7, pretty early in the game. And between a little laziness from Matamidi, some poor shot selection, and a little effort here by Henry Sibley, this game's been put back to 4 very quickly. So we'll see if Henry Sibley, is able to take the momentum that they ended the first half with, or if Matamidi will be able to adjust here for these 18 minutes of the second half.
The first half was a big defensive game to me, and let's see if the Zephyrs can score more points with those open shots that they've kind of been missing out on.
Yeah, or even trying to find some better shots where they'll still be open. Jump ball is the call. It's a good call by the official there. And it'll go to the Warriors. The ball is kind of knocked loose, so it's either a no call or a jump. But the ref goes with the jump, and Henry Sibley will take over. Fryer. Jumper no good. Schulte rebound. Fox into Chapman. And Chapman knocked to the ground. Surprised to not see a foul call there, but Chapman's up and he's ready to go. Fox has it in the corner. And misses the floater. Rebound by Latvis. And so far, this has looked a lot like what the first half looked like. A lot of dribbling, turnovers. Not a lot of intense play out there right now in terms of we're not seeing a lot of beautiful basketball, to put it more succinctly here. Floater from Green off. Chapman out to Hogan, who gets it stripped away.
There hasn't been a ton of opportunities for either teams to score.
No.
It's been a pretty tight-knit structure that they both are keeping against each other.
Yeah, not a lot of driving opportunities in the lane right now. The help defense has been there, and it's just been all clogged up. Schulte has it now, throws it into Chapman. He finished with a little bump there from Davis. Chapman's got 7 tonight. Michaels has it now for Henry Sibley. And now Latvis. Thompson. Not able to get it to go. And Matamidi trying to get this lead back to where they originally had hoped it would be. Long shot, no good from Green. And Thompson. Floater in the lane is good. And now back to a 4-point game. Fox and the Zephyrs got to get moving here. The longer you let a team like this hang around, the more likely and easier it'll be for them to gain hope and feel like they got a chance. Chapman puts another one in there. So far, it's been a big fan of the right block this half with 2 buckets right there. I've been enjoying watching this Davis and Chapman matchup here. Going for rebounds, defending each other. They've been getting more and more aggressive as the night's gone on. Schulte finishes that one. But if there's one matchup I'm looking for the rest of the night, that's the one I'll be watching specifically. And Chapman leaves Davis wide open on that three. Great rebound by Hogan. Seals position and jumps up and grabs it. Good work by him. Fox at the point. Out to Schulte. Lobs it up to Chapman, and he finishes. There's been some great passes to Chapman inside there. It's allowed him to get 6 quick points for Matamidi this half. He's got 11 tonight. Driving now, Latvis. Fouled on the drive. Good news for Matamidi as their lead's now back to 10. But that's first foul of the night on Hogan. First for the team this half. And Henry Sibley will indeed bring this back to a single-digit deficit. Substitutions here for the Warriors. And that one is also good. 8-point game. Fox looking for something. Not much happening right now except a Cole Chapman right next to him. Too much standing by Matamidi right now. Only seems to be the ball handler and one other player moving at a time. And they do it again. Cole Chapman. The screen across for Cole Chapman has created so many opportunities for Matamidi. They've recognized that Chapman is just so much taller than everybody else. And that's the 4th time they've gotten an easy bucket off that play. Hazard. Now back to Latvis. Backdoor cut by Hazard. He's going to throw it away. Schulte throws it away to Thompson. And good defense by Chapman, but Thompson able to finish despite the contact. 9 points tonight for Thompson. Fox has it stripped away. It's Latvis going the other way. And he's able to finish. It's now a 6-point game again. Other than the couple buckets that Cole Chapman's had this half, it's been a pretty poor start for Matamidi.
Yeah, I think that they're getting by with just having Chapman at that block and being able to reach over and get that shot. I think Henry Sibley needs to get more players in that lane if they want to, continue gaining points on them, is that they need to have people in that lane so that he doesn't have that opportunity to get those points.
Yeah, because that's the only reason why Matamidi is winning in this game right now, is because they've been able to get Cole Chapman a couple buckets there. And by the 4th time, I think one of the things that Henry Sibley will be touching on in this timeout is the fact that that's the only reason that Matamidi is scoring. And if you're able to stop that, Matamidi's they've really struggled to score any other way so far in this half. So we'll see if they're able to make that adjustment after seeing that play a couple times. And Matamidi will have to step it up, be more careful with the ball. They've turned it over a lot to start this half. And I think we're going to see that same play again here. Not quite the same play, but Chapman fouled underneath.
I think Henry Sibley came to the realization that it was going to come to Chapman. They had 4 players on him at that moment. So I feel like that's something that they're starting to look out for, even if it wasn't the same play.
Yep, foul there is on Adam Lale, as that shot by Green is no good. Oh. And Schulte ends up on the ground. Here's Lale, finishes over Chapman. Another thing we saw Henry Sibley do on that last possession is instead of sit behind and get lost behind Chapman. They were there, they were fronting Chapman, making sure that they'd have to lob it over in order for him to catch the ball. And he got caught underneath. Now we got a double team on Chapman. And they're going to call a foul down on the baseline. Cameron Latvis. Aaron Moriarty into the game for Mahtomedi. 11:21 to go. Zephyrs lead 40-36. It's been even since halftime. Other than a couple buckets to Cole Chapman, not much going on for Mahtomedi here. Hogan has it, kicks it out to Chapman. Dribbles with the left. And Fox trying to get something going. Off again. Thompson no good. Moriarty's got it. And he's fouled from behind. Late whistle, but they're going to call Thompson. Second foul on Thompson. Third on Henry Sibley this half.
Davis is back in the game. We can see if he can stop Chapman's reign of baskets.
Yeah, one of the reasons I think they were able to get a lot of buckets to Chapman there is because Davis wasn't present for a little bit of that stint.
And the main thing with Chapman is his height. He can just grab the ball right over their head. Davis is more closer to his height, so I feel like they're going to be missing more of those shots if they keep trying to do that.
Yeah, it's going to be harder to finish over the taller Davis than it has been to finish over some of the other guys like Hazard and Michaels. Defensive pressure been pretty good here from Henry Sibley. Other than the screen across for Chapman, not a lot of offensive opportunity for Mott. This will be Fox at the line for 2 shots. Another foul called on Dwayne Thompson. That could be critical for them down the stretch. Because if Thompson, their leading scorer, is not able to play, he's going to be, well, already with 3 fouls, you might be conserving him a little bit. It doesn't look like they're going to take him out of the game here. But you got to be a lot more careful with your gameplay. That's good from Fox. He's got 9 tonight. Thompson with 3 fouls here. Dribbling on the right wing. Gives it off to Joey Hazard. Thompson for 3. And that's good. So far, the decision of keeping Thompson in the game with his 3 fouls proving to be a good one. Don't really need to be too concerned. You obviously want to be more careful. But once you get 4 fouls, he'll definitely be out of the game if he picks another one up here quickly. Mort. Good again! And Moriarty goes bang again from 3. That's his second 3 tonight. He's got 6.
I feel both teams are starting to pick things up.
Yeah, both teams kind of getting into a little bit more of a rhythm. The first couple minutes of that half there, pretty ugly. But both teams tightening the screws a little bit here as we approach the 9-minute mark. That's a wayward pass thrown by Russell. And our Zephyrs will take over. Miley will inbound it to Underwood. Mahtomedi 45, Henry Sibley 39. 6-point margin, a lead for Mahtomedi right now. They originally, I'm sure, were hoping for a little more than this, but at this point you just got to focus, got to buckle down, get a little bit of a lead, and hopefully just pull out a win in this. Fox fouled. We'll see if they call Davis up top or if they'll call somebody else down below. It'll be Davis. First foul on Davis. 5th team foul already for Henry Sibley. Matamidi, only 1 foul called on them this half so far, so Matamidi may have a chance to take advantage of some bonus opportunities as Fox all rim on the first one, and it's not going to go.
I see that's been a common trend for Matamidi tonight. They always miss one and then they get that second one. So if it does come to that extra bonus points, we'll see how they fare in that.
Yeah, they can really put this one away if they're able to be successful at the free throw line. Just getting those free opportunities. It's 10 points tonight for Fox, who comes out of the game. Thompson now. Into Davis. Uses the glass to his advantage. Davis trying to get his team going here. He's got 7, and they're only down 5. Miley with the ball for Matamidi. Green. Now to Moriarty. Miley hits the left side of the rim on the 3. It will not fall. And Henry Sibley trying to cut farther into the lead. And they do so with the 3 from Dwayne Thompson. And these are the boosts that the Warriors need to get some confidence. 15 points now all of a sudden for Thompson. He didn't show his best in the first half, but he's really coming alive now. And now Henry Sibley outscoring Matamidi in the second half. Chapman floats it up in the lane. And it's good. Chapman also now with 15. Fryer now loses the handle briefly. Thompson. No good there. Miley's got the rebound. He's taking it the other way. And is going to pull it out here. Throws it into Chapman. No good on the first. And they're going to get Chapman for over the back. That'll be foul number 3 on Chapman. Second team foul for Matamidi in the second half. Matamidi with a 4-point lead. 6:47 to go. But the Warriors have the ball. Thompson looking to continue the momentum that he and his team have. The Zephyrs have got to step up the defensive intensity. Too many easy buckets. Michael's off there, and Davis with the board. Another chance for Henry Sibley. There haven't been that many offensive rebounds this game, but if this game stays close down to the wire, that's another critical thing you have to pay attention to. It looks like as Schulte deflects it, it will hit the ground. The out of bounds there. And will remain with the Warriors. This is the point in the game where you start to think, where you miss those veteran leaders like Ricker and Russell that aren't able to play tonight. Just the drastic difference that can have on your team. Definitely not an excuse for Matamidi in any way as Chapman gets the block. That'll be a foul on Latvis. But as I was saying, you just realize how helpful guys like Ricker and Russell are to your team. Matamidi will be in bonus for the rest of the half as The next foul on Henry Sibley will be the 7th. Transition opportunity. Davis, no problem at all. And now a 2-point game is what we are facing. Underwood has the ball for Matamidi. And Green goes in! Two-hand slam! Matamidi with a little energy boost. 12 points for Green.
Can they bring that energy to some defense? I feel like there's been a lot of missed opportunities for Henry Sibley. There's been a lot of open drives that they could have been taking.
Definitely. That is off Mogelson.
As we're in our last 5 minutes, I feel like both teams are trying to amp up their energy to get these through.
Both teams realizing that they have a chance here. They want to give it all they've got. So far, I feel like the energy throughout this game has clearly been with Henry Sibley. But if Matamidi is able to change that, Fox hits at last from 3. And Matamidi now back to 7. Fox with 13 points tonight. Matamidi's leading scorer. Reach and foul on Austin Schulte. That's his first foul. Davis will take a quick breather. We know he will be back out shortly with the great impact that he has had on this Warrior team. But they also want him to be fresh for the last couple minutes, so getting him a quick rest before he has to play those minutes. Steal by Underwood. Pump fake. No good. Looked like he might have gotten hit, but Matamidi's got to get back in transition here. That's going to stay with Henry Sibley after the deflection from Green. Fryer will inbound here. Thompson. This could be a critical stretch for Henry Sibley. Good rebound. Second chance points. We talk about it again. Adam Whale there. That's the first foul of the night on Fox. And these free points. Big deal here. And Whale gets his first point of the night. No, that is his third point of the night. He had that nice finish earlier as well. Down in the paint. That one's tipped into the hands of Underwood. Now Matamidi will decide to avoid the transition. And timeout will be taken by Coach Newman and company. They currently lead by 6, but Henry Sibley is not going away.
No, I feel like Matamidi is starting to be a little quicker paced about their shots and their moving around. And I feel like Henry Sibley's starting to match that energy more, and that's why they haven't really gotten many shots in these last few minutes.
Yeah, Matamidi, they really just haven't distanced themselves. They haven't gotten the easy shots that we've seen them get in the past. They haven't converted. They've been a little lazy on defense on occasion. And Henry Sibley's just taken advantage of all these various things. And another thing, those second chance points and opportunities they've been getting. They've taken advantage of all of this to really be down only 6 points here. You know, we originally looked at that score with Tartan, where there was a 29-point differential in the scores that these two teams put up against them. But Henry Sibley, they're showing their strength here tonight. We got 3:40 to go, and this one definitely not over.
Those missed opportunities that both teams had earlier, maybe turning around these last 3 minutes.
Well, now's as good as a time for Matamidi to finally put a little energy in. Green's got it. And now Underwood. Throw it to Chapman now. And we got an open three. It's Underwood, and it's rolling in and out. Good luck, but not going to fall. He's a very good shooter, but Michaels on the other end makes this three. Back to a single possession. 3-point margin, 3 minutes to go.
Matamidi is going to be needing to put a little more elbow grease into their plays here.
Yep, a three-pointer from Fox. Difficult shot there, not sure. I think you want to work that around a little bit more. Fox in transition, dribbles it off of his back foot. And Lale able to grab it. Latfis loses it. Green the other way. And he slams it in transition. It's a big turnaround. He's got 14. Couple plays here. You look at the last 15 seconds, and those really went Matamidi's way. Timeout will be taken with 2:20. Matamidi, 5-point lead. Clearly, if you were looking at these two teams beforehand, I wasn't expecting this close of a game coming into this one.
Neither was I. I was expecting Zephyrs to be quite a bit ahead, but it seems that we've been proven wrong tonight. Sibley's playing pretty hard. Matamidi was playing a little lazy, but they have their energy back up, and I think that they can keep their lead if they keep doing quick turnovers like they were just these last few seconds.
Yeah, I think Matamidi, they should be able to squeak this one out, but if you're Coach Newman right now, you're going to be looking at this game and you're going to be realizing some of your weaknesses as a team here. You're playing a team that only has 2 wins. So you got to look at either are we lacking in some way offensively or defensively, or is our effort just not there? Either way, it's going to be an adjustment that Matamidi is going to have to make if they want to win those games, especially you look at their 4-4 record and all those close games they've lost. They could easily be 7-1 right now.
They could. I think they just need a little more effort, and what I've been noticing, their offensive plays seem to be a little bit repetitive, and I think the team is starting to catch on to that, and they're really keeping it in their lanes. Like, these last few points have been turnovers that Henry Sibley has not been able to be there for. So I feel like if they just need to do better in their offense, they can really pull through in the end.
Yeah, these last couple transition buckets have been presents with bows wrapped and put on them. So Matamidi, they're going to have to figure out how to score buckets like right now when they are going to have to score in the half court. Back to a single possession. They got Moriarty in the corner, but we're not able to capitalize on that. Almost stolen again. And I'm guessing timeout will be taken by Coach Newman again here with 1:39 to go. And not necessarily what Matamidi was hoping for out of that last timeout. Clearly, as we could see, they had to call another one here trying to get things figured out.
I think it's what we were talking about earlier was that offensive play. You can see that they were playing hard. It's just Henry Sibley knew what they were doing. And I think they just need to change things up and add a little more effort to it.
Yep. Matamidi, they should be able to pull this one out if they play smart. This would be a really unfortunate game for them to give away. You don't want to go down 0-2 early in the conference schedule, especially against a team that doesn't appear to be one of the stronger teams, unless if I mean, you can look at strength of schedule. A team like Tartan's obviously difficult to play and whatnot, but unless if they've had a very difficult schedule, a team like Matamidi should be able to capitalize off of a 2-win school here. But the Zephyrs have 139 to prove that they're the better team. They also have the ball. It looks like they'll inbound to Moriarty. And Matamidi quickly turns it over, exactly what the Warriors were hoping for. But back the other way. Fox finishes. And what was exactly what Henry Sibley had hoped for was given right back to Matamidi for an easy transition bucket. Fox with 15. Schulte saves it, but it's back in the hands of Henry Sibley. Thompson for 3 answers, and this isn't over, folks. We got a minute to play. And Chapman will take it up. Matamidi, they got to hang on long enough. Not a good shot if you're Matamidi. That is the last thing you want to do if you're winning a basketball game and you're up by 2 points. If you're up in the basketball game with less than a minute to go, you want to work the ball around. You want to get a great shot. You do not want to give the other team an opportunity to score.
Absolutely not. I think that with the plays that they've been showing us so far in the second half, most of them have been transitional and most of them have been easy buckets in the first few minutes. I think that if they want to have that offensive line type thing, I think they need to.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
I think they need to hold on to it a bit.
It's not going to be an offensive foul, but Davis used the arm there to his advantage, and the refs didn't quite call it. But I really like that idea. They're going to call that on Austin Schulte of Matamidi. The idea of getting it into Davis, he's really been the guy who's brought the energy for Henry Sibley this game. Him and Thompson, they've been the 2 main guys. But that's thrown away. Now Matamidi has a chance to do what they should have done last time. And they'll call a foul. Matamidi will shoot bonus. I talked about bonus at I think it was close to the 5.5 minute mark. And this will be the first bonus shooting that Matamidi will actually do. So there has not been a foul in 5 minutes called on Henry Sibley. But Green will be at the line here. He already has 14, but you'd really like to get this to be a 2-possession game once you make both these. And the first one will at least force a 3-pointer. And I think that's what Henry Sibley's going to talk over here. That'll be the final timeout taken by the Warriors.
I feel like in 25 seconds they could turn things around, but I don't feel like Matamidi wants to give them that chance to necessarily turn it around. I feel like they're going to keep the possession on them for the rest of the 25 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you're Matamidi, obviously making this free throw, if you're Green here, is going to be a huge advantage because you really don't have to worry about too much. But if he does not make that and Henry Sibley gets the rebound, you're just going to want to guard that 3-point line and make sure that there aren't any easy opportunities for them to tie the game. Maybe even let a layup happen. I mean, I'm not saying that you should just let them easily go in there, but you definitely don't want to fall on a layup.
You just don't want them to have the chance to be able to
You'd rather have them take a 2-pointer than any threes. So unless if Green makes this, which he does, that's big for Matamidi. Now you got a lot less to worry about. Now at this point you just don't foul, especially on the shot. And if you're Henry Sibley, you got to get moving. And instead you throw it away to Green, who's got a finger roll in the lane. It's a 6-point game, and that should do it. And we're counting down. Thompson throws it away, and that'll be it. Henry Sibley hung around for a while, but it ended up being Matamidi who was able to pull it out at the end.
I think the game belongs to Matamidi, and the fact that they had those turnovers, they had those transitionals, they proved that they could be the faster team when they wanted to be. I think that it was just a lack of effort in the first half, and I think that they did a pretty okay job. I don't know if the win was the greatest win that they could hope for, though.
Yeah, they could have done a better job. This wasn't the best we saw from Matamidi, but they'll be back and they'll be ready to go. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Noah and I'm here with Alex. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you on Friday for our next game.
No more, we just wild out. Wow, we don't need no more, we just wild out.